IF Warriors, this is your boy Edward V, and today we're going to talk about the best intermittent fasting protocol regardless of practicality. So, last week I went ahead and gave you guys the best intermittent fasting regimen, period. This time I'm going to give you the best intermittent fasting protocol. I don't call it regimen because this should really not be used. However, I want to put the information out there and you go ahead and do what you will with that information. So it's up to you if you want to go ahead and tackle this fasting system. What I'm about to tell you, I've done multiple times. However, it is not my rule. I do it every once in a while just because I feel it. I'm about to eat and then I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna eat. I'm just gonna let this meal skip and I'm just gonna skip this day. And then I go all the way until the timing that I'm about to explain to you. And the reason why it's, of course, just an exception and not the rule is because of the practicality factor. I want to be able to do something that I can always do. I've seen people say, hey, I do the 23-hour and it doesn't really bother me. Yeah, but when it comes to fasting, if you don't do it the same time frame every single day, you're either shorting or extending yourself. So it's either that you did more than 23 hours and then, then you're coming back around and you have to do more than 23 hours again, or you either did less than 23 hours and then you're not fasting for 23 hours, now you're fasting for 22 hours or 21 hours. So the consistency is not going to be there, and that's what's important. You want to be consistent. You want your body to understand that you don't eat for this amount of time, that your body gets that rhythm, and then you can control what you're doing much easier. So this is going to be the best protocol that you can do regardless of practicality. It's a 47-hour fast. Now, 47-hour fast doesn't have a name to it, just like the 72-hour fast. I'm going to explain why the 72-hour fast, there's absolutely no reason for a 72-hour fast, but I'm going to explain that. But before I explain that, I'm going to explain the 47-hour fast. Everyone is different in terms of when their HGH starts to drop off. And this is when efficiency this is when it's over. When your HGH is increasing, when your body fat mobilization is increasing, when your energy is increasing, when your focus is increasing, that is what you want to be up. The moment it peaks and starts to drop off, there's absolutely no reason why you need to fast, unless you're doing it for religious purposes or you're doing it for like mental meditation or whatever that is. But if you're doing it for those things, that's something entirely different. But if you're doing it to be completely efficient with your body in terms of increased HGH, body fat mobilization, energy levels, focus levels, if you're doing it for that, you don't need to go more than 47 hours. And the reason I say 47 hours is because they all start to drop off around the 48-hour mark. Some people is a little bit less, some people might be slightly a little bit more. To be on the safest side that you're being as efficient as possible with the timing, 47 hours is the best amount of time. I've never in my life have done a 48-hour fast. I've done a 47-hour fast a few times. I've done a 44-hour fast many times before. I've done a 20-hour fast, and the sun is just giving me good lighting right now. This is amazing. I've done a 24-hour fast many times, and that's basically what you need to focus on when you are doing intermittent fasting. You need to focus on the efficiency that comes with it. If you want to eliminate the practicality, you can go ahead and do that 47-hour fast. And now I'm going to explain why the practicality is gone from this, although it's efficient, because around 47 hours is when you peak on all bases. That's when you reach that 3,000 level of HGH. Body fat mobilization has kind of plateaued for the day in terms of how fast is moving the body fat out of your body. You want all those on its top tier. So there's no need to go past 48 hours, and there's absolutely no benefit of going to 72 hours because 72 hours does absolutely nothing for you at all. Energy and focus levels, they already returned to normal. HGH has returned to normal almost hours ago. So you're basically doing it for no reason whatsoever. But not only is the timing difficult in terms of your lifestyle, skipping 2 entire days of eating, you also have to account for the calorie consumption that you didn't consume on day 1. If you're fasting for per 2 days, when you break that fast, you have to eat 2 days worth of food during that time frame. And that is going to be very, very, very difficult. Can you do it? Yes, but you're gonna have to train yourself to do something like that. That's why it's always good to make it the exception, not the rule. For example, if you are cutting, it's easy to go ahead and do that and be below your calorie intake and get a really good meal. But if you're bulking, there is no way you can do a 48-hour fast unless you train your body to eat that much food. And it's a training. It's not a, hey, let me just see if I can go ahead and do this. It's a training that you have to do for that amount of food if you want to get a healthy amount of calories in your system for the week. Because they do it by day, but it's really by week, by month. You just need to make sure that when it's all said and done, you have a healthy amount of calories. That's why, although it is possibly the most efficient in terms of how high your HGH goes and your body fat mobilization and everything like that, it is very non-practical. Very, very not practical. So there it is, guys. That is the best intermittent fasting protocol. I hesitate to call it a regimen because it should not be a regimen. It should just be something you do once in a blue, just to test your body or make your body go into that super efficient mode, and then just, you know, go back to doing it the way you did it before. If you have any other questions to any other videos that I've had in the past, I have one here, and of course I have one right here. And please subscribe. I would gladly appreciate it. And see you next week. Have a good one, IF Warriors. Peace out. You guys ask me questions regarding the intermittent fasting, the experience, and all that stuff. So what I have is a special guest, my fiance. I have my fiance here, and she actually did intermittent fasting during that time frame as well. When I was doing my when I did that transformation video for you guys, maybe around 6 months after that time frame, she started doing intermittent fasting as well. What is the best intermittent fasting regimen, period? Please do not mob me with, of course you were gonna pick that one. Of course you were. Duh, you do that regimen. Of course that's the one that you want to be the best. Before you guys go ahead and try to mob me, can I try to defend myself in any way, shape, or form? I can? Okay, thanks.